My brother, I totally agree with you about saying that she married up. But the question I have is, are her children really Israelite children? A lot of New Testament Israelites completely disregard the Old Testament, which is the story of the Israelites. Okay. Joshua chapter 23, it's chronicling the journey that the Israelites took to their land of Canaan, which we know today is in California, Nevada, and Utah. On their journey, there were many powerful nations, including Edom, that the Israelites faced on their way to their promised land. And so the God of the Old Testament is clearly stating that he has driven out powerful nations before you, and they were not able to withstand him because he was fighting for the Israelites. And he was telling them that you are not to intermarry with these people or have anything to do with them, the nations that he's driven out before you. And so the God of the Old Testament clearly stated that if you intermarry with them, you associate with them anyway, then he is not going to drive them out from among you. And instead, they will become traps and snares before you and whips on your back and thorns in your eyes. Does this not depict what we as a people have been through? Take a look at the whelps on his back from being whipped. And look at this scripture again, whips on your backs until you perish from this good land, which is the land that we are currently on in America. And I know that none of you will deny that they've been a huge thorn in our side, okay? And it clearly states that this is going to continue until we perish from this land that we've been given. Take a look behind me in the red. It also says that if you violate the covenants that you've been given and you've been commanded, and then you go and serve other gods and bow down to them, then you will quickly perish from the land that you've been given. Okay. Now, I know a lot of y'all don't like when I bring up JC, but you have to keep in mind that the Catholic Church has given you JC. The Catholic Church is the one that authorized the Spaniards and all the other colonizers to come down and give you the message of Jesus Christ. Through the doctrine of discovery, the Vatican allowed the colonizers to go throughout the earth, Australia, Africa, America, and to do the heinous things that they've done to us indigenous people. Take a look at this. It was a legal concept that justified the seizure of indigenous lands in the Americas. Hello, we're indigenous to the Americas and Africa. And it was based on papal decrees issued in the 15th century. And I'm willing to put money on it to say that Australia is also part of this as well, because the same things have happened to the people of Australia that has happened to us in America. And the people of South Africa, people of Congo, and the rest of you are about to feel the heat pretty soon because they're on your land in Africa. You know, the heat that the rest of us in the world have already experienced from them. They felt as though it was their duty to give us God. And prior to them, the Vatican, which is Christianity, given us that God. Keep in mind that in the Vatican, they're also over Islam as well. And Islam did everything to the indigenous people before Christianity did. And so it was these two gods that we were given to worship. Through the Vatican, they forced us indigenous people all over the earth to worship these gods. This God of wood, which is Christianity, on the cross, which represents the wood, and the God of stone. They march around this stone in Islam. They worship this stone. They bow down to this stone in Islam. And what did Moses warn the Israelites of in their lands of captivity? It clearly states that there you will worship man-made gods of wood and stone. Hello. This is clearly wood. Moses said that you're going to worship gods of wood and stone. And the black stone of Mecca. Hello. Oh my goodness. And aren't these two religions the people that look like me have the largest participation in? Okay. So it's clearly stating that you need to let these gods go. These are idols. If this is not the God of the Old Testament that told you, that I am jealous and you have no other gods before me, if that God of Islam and Christianity is not that God that told you that, then you're worshiping an idol. Point blank, period. So back to my original point. If he is clearly stating that he's going to destroy you if you mingle with these people, you intermarry with them and everything else, then why would he consider the children that you have with them to be Israelites if he's telling you not to intermarry with them, not to give your children to them as husbands and wives? Why would the God of the scriptures call the mixed children Israelites? If he's telling you don't do this, do not mix with them, why are they now Israelites? I mean, it's a question. And please don't try to say that I dislike or hate mulattoes, that I'm against interracial marriage and everything. I could care less. You can marry a tree. If you want to marry a bug, an ant, a monkey, a flower, do what you do. I could care less. I'm only going by what it's saying. And I have mulatto grandchildren, okay? Out of 4 of my grandchildren, 3 of them are mulatto, okay? So no, I have nothing against mulattoes. You do what you do, and don't try to make it seem like there's something wrong with me because I'm bringing this stuff up. This is a genuine question. I want to know.